Jeff. I'm here again on a new construction project. There's construction defects that are rampant, and the property owner has terminated the contractor. So we're here to document construction defects. We're going to provide some information to the homeowner regarding statutory requirements in the state of Florida for contractors' right to repair, and lien releases so that the subcontractors and contractors don't file liens against the property and end up being able to take control of the property. So if you're having construction projects and your contractor is failing to perform, give us a call and we can help you out. One of the things that's required on new construction, one of the inspections that has to be completed by the local jurisdiction, which is prior to occupancy and prior to any of the final inspections, is what we call a pre-power inspection. That means the electricity is 90% done, the air conditioners, water heaters, and most of the appliances are installed so that they can be final connected. Then they get a pre-power inspection. The utility company turns the power on to the building so that they can hot check and make sure everything is safe. If the contractor here says he's done, pretty obvious that they've never had a pre-power inspection. So as part of our construction defect inspection today, we're looking at the electrical service that's installed. This particular unit is serviced by Duke Energy. All the power companies have specific guidelines for the installation of the main electrical panel and the meters. And this particular setup right here, according to the utility provider, should have a main disconnect here, so the utility will bring power into a main disconnect with a trough that is connected up here above all of these, and then they individually service each one of these meters. So this installation is missing about 50% of the components in order to get power to the building. Non-compliant, incompleted work, construction defect, give us a call. What appears to be our electrical panels for the main disconnect and the meter locations so that they can provide electricity to the building. You can see down here that the footing has been undermined where the underground electric has been installed. It looks like it's a couple of feet underneath the slab. That's going to compromise the slab. That's going to have to be corrected properly. What we notice here is there's no service entrance from the utility system. In other words, this is OUC, Orlando Utilities Commission, or Duke Energy, or whoever it is. There's no overhead service mast to bring the electricity from the nearest transformer, and there's no underground piping to take it out to a power pole. This is really poor planning and should have been thought of. If it's underground, that's not as big an issue right now because they can fix it just going to the nearest power pole. However, if they're bringing it in overhead, which is everybody on this street has an overhead electrical service, they should have installed this service mast and weatherhead before they finished the roof. So as a home inspector, you should already know some basic electrical requirements for any type of residential inspection that you're doing now. This is the same requirement in new construction that it has been almost forever. And it all comes down to spacing of receptacles. The code requires receptacles to be spaced no more than 12 feet apart, and the reason is you need to be able to plug in your lamp. So when we come in the door here, we're looking at this wall, and there's no receptacles on this entire wall right here. When we pull the tape measure on it, it's essentially 9 feet 10 inches. So we're going to have a receptacle within a couple of feet right here to meet that 12-foot spacing. And in fact, it's actually about 6 feet from the corner. So I have this receptacle on that wall, and I have 15 feet of space without a receptacle, so that's a deficiency. There should be a receptacle on this wall within 12 feet of that one. Maybe it got covered up, I don't know. It's not there, it's a deficiency, and it needs to be installed to meet code compliance. One of the problems that they're gonna have here is getting electricity into the panel. So our electrical panel is here on the left side of me. You can see this mule tape, this white string right here, is what is going through the conduit to the exterior location of the meter. So if you think about it, the piping from the meter location goes down and has a 90-degree bend. That's number one. As it comes through underneath the slab, it comes up in this wall right here. That's 90-degree bend number two. Now the piping is going to turn to the right. That's going to be 90-degree bend number three. And here in the corner we have 90-degree bend number four. That's the maximum allowable 90-degree bends that you're allowed to have in an electrical raceway. But here we have 90-degree bend number 5 where they're going to come up in the panel. It's going to be extremely difficult to pull the wires in. It's non-compliant installation. They're literally going to have to put some type of a junction box in here before they can bring power into the actual building, or they're going to have to find another route to be code compliant on the electrical installation. We're finding other systems and components that are incomplete. Obviously here is an air handler. Again, the contractor says that the job is done. It's obvious that this is not complete, and what you should notice right away is there's no condensate drain. Number one, there should be a condensate drain hooked up here. There should be an auxiliary float switch here to shut the unit off. Insulation around the refrigerant piping needs to be done. There's no control wiring. I don't even see where the thermostat wires are hooked up. One of the things that we don't see in here, this control wire probably goes to the outdoor unit because it's coming up with the refrigerant pipes, and that's usually installed when they pull those through under the slab. There should be another wire, typically comes from the ceiling, that goes over to the thermostat. I don't see that in this closet at all. So they're going to have to figure out where and how they're going to control the air handler in the system without a thermostat wire. So there's a whole lot of construction defects here that we've identified, non-compliant construction techniques. There's electrical problems. There's a lot of this stuff that never passed a code inspection and is never going to pass a code inspection, and is going to have to be completely redone. The property owner has paid the contractor 95% of the budget. Sounds like the contractor didn't pay some of the vendors. There's a lot of legal issues that need to be resolved. We're going to help the property owner sort through those messes with lien releases, construction defect claims, and a whole lot of that documentation. So if you're having problems with your construction project, give us a call.